I think we're live. We live, everyone. Yes, we are. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back in with the news stream, and that is right. We are live on this beautiful May 22nd, 2024. Hope everyone's having a phenomenal day, night, afternoon, midnight, wherever you are in the world. I'm starting a great day myself. It is time that we talk about the 2024 presidential election because we have brand new polling out of the state of New York. We got some breaking news out of the Nikki Haley campaign. There's a lot of stuff breaking as we speak, so yeah, it's gonna be a very busy stream, a lot of news happening. And before I continue tonight's stream, I hope you enjoy these type of streams. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Again, folks, all support is greatly appreciated, and like Tyrone usually says, just for $1 a month, you could join the channel. I mean, think about that. $1 a month. Now, like usual, of course, if you have any questions, concerns, comments, or just want to support the channel even further, the best way is to send a super chat via, well, the chat. Again, I'll try to read through as much of chat as possible, but usually super chat's the best way to your questions, concerns, whatever answered. Again, all support's greatly appreciated, and yeah. So, I was expecting others to be on today, but I think everyone's busy. Which, it's not the end of the world. I don't usually stream on Wednesdays anyway, but here we are. We're streaming today. Alright, so we have a lot of breaking news occurring as we speak. Should we talk about the Nikki Haley news, the New York news, the Rick Scott news, or the Blake Masters news? There's a lot of stuff going on. I mean, I was not expecting this stream to be a very busy one, but apparently, it appears to be a very busy stream. Let's see here. Let's see. What does chat have to say about this? What should we start with? Ohio news. That's actually up there too. Yeah, there's a lot of news. There's so much news that I might have to make a whole video on it tomorrow. It's insane. Gosh, there's a lot of stuff going on. Haley Scott. Hey Rap, why didn't you do a stream election night? I just looked at the result, or the election night last night. I realized there wasn't really that big of an election occurring. Yeah, I know the Georgia stuff was significant, but no one was really talking about it. I just looked at it, plus I had some stuff going on at the same time. It just didn't work out. But it's just one of those streams where we couldn't do it. I got busy with some stuff. You know, I forgot about, I had prior commitments that day. And yeah, it was busy stuff that happened yesterday, but we're back. I'm sorry about that. But it just wasn't that worthy of a stream, in my opinion. I think it was just whatever. Either way. Alright, let us start with the news in New York. Actually, you know what? What about Nikki Haley stuff? Because that's just breaking. Ben Cynics for 2. Can you talk about the deadly force from Mar-a-Lago? That's another piece of breaking news, I guess. Listen, I don't give a rat's ass if that's how you usually do it or not. I don't care. You know for a fact you have Secret Service at Mar-a-Lago. You know for a fact the former president of the United States is in Mar-a-Lago. And you decide, you know what? We're going to use deadly force if needed. Why talk like that when you know Secret Service is in the building? That's my problem. And I think it was Charlie Kirk that asked this question. But did they do the same thing when they raided Biden's place? Did they? Because if they did there also, that's still a dumb idea. But either way, I think it's insane that we even consider possibly using deadly force. Don't even talk like that. Don't even mention that. Will you stream next week's Texas runoffs? Yes, we will. All right, I'm not busy next Tuesday. Just some crazy stuff happened. I got busy, prior commitments. Another project I'm working on, I got caught up in that. Plus, the election night wasn't really worthy. I don't know. All right, a lot of stuff going on. Let's get into the Nikki Haley news because breaking news, everyone. John Willard is not going to be happy. I already know this because it is official. Nikki Haley has officially endorsed Trump. Yep. Now, she did say she will be voting for Trump. Some people might say, well, that's not an official endorsement. It is. She is endorsing Trump, or at the bare minimum, supporting him. John Willard is not going to be happy. Not going to be happy about this at all. But Bird Brain has officially endorsed Nikki Haley. This broke like 2 hours ago. Yeah, 2 hours ago. And I'm surprised. I really thought Haley was gonna not endorse him. Maybe a week before the election, maybe she would have endorsed him to say, oh, well, I actually saved Trump's campaign. Well, no. She didn't do that. She decided, fine, Trump's the nominee. I will vote for him. It's common sense. Seriously, why run on the Republican side to oppose Biden if you're gonna support Biden over Trump? And hold on. We might have someone joining the stream. Yes, we do. Tyrone has just joined the stream.
I'm a frost troll.
What?
Yeah, sorry. You should have fucking pinged me.
I'm sorry about that. But okay, we were talking about the Nikki Haley news that just dropped like 2 minutes ago. Do you know what happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Nikki Haley endorsed
you know what happened? Yeah, I do. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you anyway.
Well, I know. But yeah, so this is pretty significant. I don't think it's that big of a surprise. But like I said, big news. But I really think that I thought she was going to wait till like the week before the election or something crazy like that. But no, she decided to actually endorse him now. Is there a reason why? Like,
I don't fucking know.
My guess is she might have thought, well, maybe Trump could get thrown in jail. I could somehow get the nomination through that. But I think she even realized, yeah, that's not going to happen now. But that New York case falling apart.
I'd like to say all of this came days after after her plan to
coup the RNC.
Yeah.
Makes you really wonder if they just didn't gain traction or they got exposed. Maybe they got exposed with their plan. They're like, damn it, that's the last Hail Mary. Well, pack it up. We'll try in 2028. Maybe that's what happened here. That they just realized, well, might as well just endorse the guy now. I don't know.
Maybe.
It's one of those things where Nikki Haley, she was never going to endorse Biden. I never bought into that crap because she is someone that wants to, what's the word for it? She's politically,
savvy.
Yeah, politically savvy. She understands if she endorses Biden, yeah, good luck with that. You're not going to win anything ever. You're not going to be the nominee for the Republican Party. Maybe for the Democrats, but I don't know. The Dragon Report for 2. True or false? This statement is false. That's an unanswerable question. True or false? I don't know. Is it true? Because the statement's false? I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know.
Thank you. Very insightful analysis by Mr. Tyrone. Oh, got a trick question. So yeah, Nikki Haley did endorse Trump. I'm not seeing anything about her trying to be the VP. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. So I really think that this was just her realizing, okay, if I want to run in 2028, I gotta support him. That's the only way I got a chance. But who knows? Maybe something crazy occurs and Trump picks her. I don't see that occurring. I mean,
I don't see it.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where I don't get why she endorsed him outside of the fact they realized this is it. Just deal with it. He's going to be the winner, more than likely. How will this affect the convention? I think any plans of coup Trump is over. At this point, if Haley's backing Trump, at least publicly, there's no reason to attempt a coup at the RNC. None. Especially with the court case in New York falling apart. I just don't see any way they get rid of him now. That was their last chance, to get rid of him through the courts in New York. But the fact that Michael Cohen admitted, yeah, I stole $30,000. What else did he say? He said, like, he made a bunch of stuff also. Just like, that's your start witness? Good job. Good job with that one. Maybe Haley endorsed Trump before the convention so she could potentially be the VP. No, it's not going to happen. There's no way in hell that Haley's the VP at this point. Just no. Just no. Only thing I could say about that. Cheney votes for Biden probably. Yeah, but is that really a surprise? Who cares what Liz Cheney thinks? The only people that like her are Democrats. Resist libs. So it doesn't really matter. Alright, so that's kind of the first big news that broke a couple hours ago. But there probably is bigger news out of the Senate. And
big news.
Big news. And I assume you've heard about this as well. Rick Scott has officially entered race to succeed Mitch McConnell. I've been thinking he was going to do this for a while. I was wondering why he didn't announce earlier. Because he wants to be the Senate leader. We know that for a fact. Back in 2022, he challenged McConnell. It didn't work, but he still got like what, 15 votes?
How do you got like 20?
Or 20 or something like that. He did get some significant support, but either way, he finally announced candidacy. I don't know how to feel about this. It's one of those things
I don't
where,
like Rick Scott. I'll take him over Mitch McConnell, but he's still at best a B tier senator, and he's got a lot of baggage surrounding him.
my
I'm
problem
normally not one to complain much about optics, but this man is like a bona fide sleazebag. If you look remotely close into his history, especially with how he ran the healthcare system.
true. I guess that's, yeah, the Florida stuff with healthcare, yeah, that's, go look that one up. It's not pretty, but yeah.
I'm very skeptical of him
The thing
in
with Rick
general.
Scott, though, is I think policy-wise he's all right, but I don't think he's a leader. That's his problem. Because look at Dane's position. He was a disaster there. That's his problem. I just don't think he can be a leader. Yeah, he was a governor of Florida, but being an executive like that doesn't mean you can lead a bunch of idiots in the Senate.
This is what I like to tell people. Just because you're a good senator doesn't mean you'll be a good governor or president. Just because you're a good governor doesn't
Yeah.
mean you'll be like a good vice president or senator. The skill set for governor and senator are entirely different things. Now, granted, he is a decent senator. He's not like a hot as fuck senator, but he's decent.
Yeah, he was a good governor. I mean, he was a solid governor, but the problem is, this is not a governor position. This is not president. This is none of that. President Gilbert Giddy up for 5. Vivek and Nikki will rematch in 2020. That would be epic. Also, DeSantis will be there. Please let that happen. I don't think DeSantis runs for anything at this point. He might, but I don't know. He might wait.
I'm pretty sure
bit.
DeSantis is fucked.
Yeah, politically, I just don't see him do anything. Outside of, well, inside of Florida, maybe he could run for like a Senate seat. Maybe.
Doubtful.
If Trump likes him again, it's possible, but
No, I doubt it. Sorry.
we just gotta see.
Every Floridian I know has said that they're not voting for that motherfucker again. So
The Dragon Report for 2. Opinion on Genshin Impact. Is it the anime game?
Genshin.
I don't play anime. I don't know that shit. I don't know nothing. Genshin. Is it Genshin? I don't know.
I used to play Genshin, but honestly, it got really boring. So
I didn't want to know. Just don't say anything.
It's literally just a gacha game. That's all.
Oh. Let's see here. I'm pretty sure DeSantis wants to run for president. Yeah, he wants to, but I don't think he will. The 2020, him running 2024, that was his Hail Mary. He should have waited till 2028, but now that he ran, I just don't see how he has any shot of actually becoming the nominee at this point. He's pissed off too many people. The Sims to screw themselves. Yeah, The Sims, I mean, well, to be fair, it's The Sims. Now they support RFK, a large chunk of them. Who, by the way, wasn't it, he got exposed for, like, crapping all over, like, red states or something like that now?
Who?
RFK.
Yeah.
Like, he said a bunch of bad stuff with, like, Republicans and stuff. It's like, yeah, that's
that sounds about right.
It's like, that's your guy. Listen, I think he's how do I put this? I think he wants to make a difference. I think he's one of the only honest Democrats. Well, he does.
There's no such thing as an honest Democrat.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, like, compared to other Democrats, you know what I'm saying? He's one of those that is kind of honest, but then he flip-flops on everything. So, I don't know. American Nerd 1776 for 5. Rap, I like Rick Scott, but he didn't do so well in the 2022 elections. I say we should get someone like Rubio for GOP leader, assuming he ain't the VP. I think Rubio would be a better option. I agree with that.
Yeah, I can support Rubio or Hawley.
The thing with Rubio, though, is I think he's going for that VP slot. I think that's his Hail Mary. For everything, I'm running for, VP. Which is smart on his front, but I don't know. Don't know.
Guys, I don't think he knows.
I don't think he knows, yeah.
Does he know?
DeSantis still a MAGA candidate, traitor or not? He's still MAGA, but it's like not the MAGA we need. It's the one that just anti-Trump, and it doesn't understand why Trump is successful. That's MAGA in a nutshell. He tried to like redefine MAGA, but it didn't work. he tried to use COVID as his number one issue. That's not MAGA.
He tried to be MAGA without Trump, and
Yeah.
when you have Trump, you can't be.
And he replaced stuff like, Trumpism with, COVID. That's his issue. Instead of immigration, it's COVID. It's like, that's not going to work. Immigration has always been a big issue for voters. COVID, yeah, it was a big problem in 2020, but we can clearly tell now no one gives a shit about what happened. It's whatever happened 4 years ago. Yeah, it sucks, but do you really think any voters, except like RFK types, they really care about what happened 3 years ago at this point? They don't. RFK is a far-left tree hugger. Everyone voting RFK are authoritarian socialists. Yeah, or they're just like anti-jab nutshells that believe everything's a conspiracy. Let's see. Look up Keith Gross for Senate. Is that the Mitch McConnell candidate trying to take out Rick Scott?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, of course. They want to primary out Rick Scott with someone like that. Democrats can't replicate what they did in 2020. Yeah, I mean, 2020 was a one-off occurrence. Rap, do you think Trump announces VP in the Bronx? No. I think
No.
it's still July.
He's waiting until July. He's going to wait till just before the convention. He did it with Pence. Quit jumping the gun, y'all.
Well, he might do a little bit earlier because the VP debates being earlier. That might be the only reason he does it like June instead. Maybe. I think June is going to be more likely because you got the VP debates and that's going to be a mess. But it is surely occurring. Hey, Rap, imagine your star witness being a massive liar. Now he has admitted to grand larceny. 25 years to the ladder crime alone. That's Michael Cohen for you. Yeah, Michael Cohen's a dumbass. And I don't get why the prosecution banked their entire campaign on that. Like, really? You're going to listen to a known liar that scammed a bunch of people? That's your star witness that is going to convince the jury that the Orange Man is bad? Which everyone knows that at this point. But, yeah. Let's see. Aaron Rodgers confirmed he denied RFK to be his VP. Yeah, that tells you everything about the RFK campaign. They actually considered Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers as VP. That's definitely a person that I don't think would be a good VP at all. Good football player, but I don't know. All right. Anyways, so we talked about the Rick Scott stuff. We talked a little bit about the Nikki Haley stuff. It's not that important. But before we get into what's happening in New York, there is one more story that... Did you see this about the Blake Masters stuff?
No. Oh, you mean the Hamadeh stuff saying they're all fucking idiots?
Yeah, so... You want to see a campaign go down in flames? Well, this right here, everyone, is a campaign going down in flames. And this is what the Blake Masters campaign found. And I quote... In a January 2023 text while on vacation in Thailand, yeah, remember, he was supposedly contesting the election, but he's in Thailand. Yeah, that tells you everything about Hamadeh. But Hamadeh referred to Republicans concerned about election integrity after the 22 midterms as crazies. No matter what happens, and this is what Hamadeh said, I'm winning right now. I'm not lumped in with crazies with election stuff because I'm so close at 280. But the crazies love because they see me fighting. Win-win. What a dumbass. And the reality is, a bunch of Republicans like Hamadeh, they say this crap behind the scenes. They hate their voters. I just can't believe his entire campaign was based off the fact he's a fighter and he stands with the American people. But somehow, behind the scenes, anyone that's for election integrity...
Remember, kids, all politicians are dishonest grifters. You are a fool if you buy any of their bullshit for a second. Yeah.
Especially someone like Hamadeh. When I started hearing him copy and paste the phrase, I'm a fighter, I'm going to stand up for elections, I'm going to be the Trump candidate. When I started hearing that crap over and over and over again, it's the same crap Republican establishment consultants have been using for years. It's the same messaging. But yeah, this is Hamadeh. He's admitting behind closed doors, I don't care what happens actually. I'm in Thailand right now, but, I convinced a bunch of crazies that I'm actually going to contest the election. Makes you really wonder how serious his challenges were. For those that don't know, the Lake campaign actually challenged the election. Now, it didn't go anywhere, but at least he did try. Hamidi, on the other hand, yeah, his challenges were so pathetic. I don't think he reached court. I think the court just laughed it out of the room. American Dirt 1776 for 2. Hamidi and Laker grifters at this point, yeah. Especially Hamidi. The question is, though, Tyrone, and I know everyone wants your opinion on this because that's why people are here, for you, Tyrone. Do you think Trump's gonna finally pull the endorsement here?
I hope so.
Because we've been hearing for, and again, you can ask Ye about this. He heard the same thing like 2 months ago. I don't know who told him, but we're hearing that Trump wants to get rid of this endorsement for Hamidi. It's getting so bad that he's sick of him. And this might be the reason he finally pulls the endorsement. I think it's the perfect opportunity. You can't have a grifter this bad running around saying, I'm going to fight for you in the meanwhile, behind closed doors, yeah, actually, I'm not lumped in with the crazies with the election stuff. Let's see here. Hey, Rap. Robinson for Emperor, Zelda for Darth, and Master for Grand Moff. Real. Thailand is funny, but I'm not going to comment on it. Yeah, why was he in Thailand? Wait a minute. Does anyone know why he's in Thailand? Like, why? What's even there?
Good question. I don't know.
Yeah, I actually want to see these. I'm going to actually pull this up. Like, what's actually, what he was doing right now. Yeah. All right, right here. This is what he posted. Yeah, in Thailand right now, watching a boxing match, I guess. Wasn't he supposedly in Arizona trying to become the next attorney general? Yeah, wait a minute. That's January of 2023. And he was just sitting in Thailand when he should have been the attorney general of the state of Arizona. What? The more I read into this, the more I realize, yeah, he's a complete scam artist. He never gave a rat's ass about election integrity. The only reason he used that reasoning was a grift off of people.
Wow, I didn't know that. You're telling me now for the first time.
Seriously, it's like you're in a foreign country, not like, right across the southern border or something. No, you're in Asia. You're in Asia when you're in the middle of an election contest. If you really believed you won that race, you would be in Arizona going door to door trying to convince people to join your cause or something. Apparently, no, he can't do that. He has to be in Thailand for God knows what reason. Eric CB 912 for 5. Zelda for VP. He can help save the House, unite the party, and we don't have to worry Trump's residency or taking someone good out of power. Yeah, I mean, Zeldin's not going to be the VP at this point, but I agree with that. I wish he would.
Wow, it's like I've been saying he won't be VP for a while.
Quite.
What made you change your mind?
Oh, no, just like you hear the latest VP leaks, it pretty much Zeldin's thing's like done.
What? No, I haven't heard anything about the latest
basically
VP.
like more, there's more lists leaked, and then I guess Zeldin's not even in the country right now. I guess he has to go like basic training. I don't know. He's
basic training?
Reserves. Huh? I don't know. He's for something the army. That's what he said. So
he's in the Air Force.
Whatever. He's reserves. Either way, point is, he said on his Twitter page he's been gone for like 2 weeks. So I don't know. Don't know.
I don't know either. You're confusing me.
Go look up Lee Zeldin's Twitter account. And you're going to find a tweet that he said, yeah, I'm not going to be here for 2 weeks. Actually, I could pull it up for chat. Let's see here. Lee Zeldin.
Due to an army mission, I'll be unable to post on social media until...
Yeah, I told you.
Yeah, and he's New York Army National Guard. May to August is when Army National Guard typically does their 2-week-long training stuff. He's fulfilling his obligation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but like I don't think he's gonna, I don't know. I know he's fulfilling the obligation, but it still like kind of stinks that's right in the middle of the election year. And I think it does kind of kill any chance because Trump is looking for someone to actively campaign with him right now. Like for the tryouts. But maybe that's what Zeldin planned, like, okay, I'm gonna be gone for 2 weeks now, but hopefully try to be the VP in a month or so. Who knows? Maybe that's the plan. Let's see here. Thoughts on the Bloomberg poll and how Nevada is now... What? What's that? Are you okay? Are you okay? Let's see here. Trump will greatly approve of New York City. We'll get to New York in a second. How's Delgado reacting? Yeah, how is those clowns reacting to the Hamadeh stuff? Let's see here. Surely it's completely sane. Let's see here. Of course. Look at this. First thing for the Abe Hamadeh war room. Blake did learn a lot from his old FBI informant boss, huh? Really? That's his response. Not, oh yeah, that's misleading, or no, you know, that's fake. It's actually the FBI is involved. Let's see your thoughts on the Bloomberg poll and how Nevada is now tied. That was because of a sampling error. You look at the demographics, it went from like R+3 to D+1. So. But yeah, so Hamadeh's war room is saying, oh, actually, this is just an FBI conspiracy. That's the response.
I'm a conspiracy theorist. I state the truth.
You state the truth. I just find it funny that that's their reaction. Instead of, like, you know, trying to say it's misleading, like, oh, the FBI informant knows everything. It's a grand conspiracy. In the comments, it just keeps getting worse. It just, oh, Abe should be the VP. Grace Chong, of course. Every time that there's any criticism of Abe Hamadeh, she's in the comments. I don't know why Steve Bannon's affiliated with her, but whatever. Steve Bannon, yeah. I don't get it. It's unbelievable. This is indisputable, proof that she never gave a rat's, or he never gave a rat's ass about election integrity.
Hey.
I meant Hamadeh, whatever. Either way.
No way, trans queen
gosh.
Queen
but no, seriously, it's like, you've supposedly cared about the election integrity so much, you went to a foreign country for God knows how long, in the middle of the contest. Makes you really wonder what your intentions are. Did you just never give a crap about what you were saying? That's the only answer I can think of. You never cared. Cameron Fulgott for 2. Thoughts of Grenell meeting with Arab leaders. Oh gosh, do we gotta talk about that? That might be the other thing we talked about before the New York poll, because what the hell? So for those that don't know,
including me,
Rick Grenell was sent to meet with Arab leaders.
Oh God, no, I'm sorry. Whoever thought that it would be a smart idea to send the gayest Republican on earth to meet with Muslim leaders and then immediately have him say Trump didn't go far enough with bombing the Palestinians is a fucking moron.
Yeah, so let me pull this up. Let me just pull up like a tweet on this. What was that?
I did a really, really intense like workout yesterday, and my abductor muscles are in fucking acute pain.
Yep, right here. Okay. I think I found it. Yes, I did. Yeah, so this was a plan. This is who they sent to meet with these leaders. This was a golden opportunity to try to gain with these voters. And just look at this. Trump's guy Grenell reportedly met with Arab American leaders to win them over. Repeated Kushner's line about beachfront property in Gaza. Are you shitting me right now?
I'm shitting myself.
This is who you sent? Listen, I understand that he is kind of a big figure in the Trump campaign, but this should have been Trump himself. And you decide to send Rick Grenell.
I sincerely hope to God there's no ring for Rick Grenell going into Trump's 2024 administration.
Bruh, what the? Why would you say that this is you could have played both sides and said, look, we support Israel, but at the same time, we're going to make sure that the civilians in Gaza don't get slaughtered. You could have just said that and be done. What? Why would you repeat that with these leaders? This was it. Now they're not going to vote for Trump. At least the leaders aren't. More than likely, they're going to, like, vote for like Steiner West. Unbelievable. John Willard's dad for 2. Giving birth to John Willard was a mistake. Real. But yeah, that's, yeah, not real actually. Never mind. That goes a bit too far. Trump's camp is kind of having a few L's lately. Yeah, this is just stupid. Why would you send a gay dude to meet with Arab leaders and tell them they gotta make Gaza their beachfront?
Because we have a distinct lack of critical thinking in this country, that's why.
Gosh, this is just unbelievable. This is Trump's biggest problem. He trusts the wrong people every single time. It's gotten better. Rick Grenell, he's awful, but he's better than some of the idiots in the first term. That's not saying much. But he should not be meeting with Arab leaders. You could have said, just have Trump go there. Have Trump meet with these people personally. This is a golden opportunity you have. These people are furious with Biden. They were openly saying, we disagree with Trump on Israel, but we might support him because he at least brings something to the table. Yeah, I think Trump needs to go to Michigan himself. Talk to these voters. Because you can't have idiots like Rick Grenell saying, yeah, we are going to repeat Fox News talking points. Apparently that's what happened. Apparently, it was nothing but Fox News talking points with Sean Hannity to these voters. We got to turn Gaza to a beachfront property. Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. This is their plan. Let's see here. We should have sent a transgender Muslim to meet with them. That might have gone over even worse, but I don't know. Grenell, isn't Grenell Jewish and gay?
Yeah, he's literally a gay Jew.
Why did you send him? Why?
No, you're about to say, why did you say it like that on stream? I was here we go again.
It's a fact. He's a gay Jew. That's not offensive. How is it offensive? That's what he is. What's your take on Trump posting?
YouTube will find a way to make it offensive.
Probably. What's your take on Trump posting the ad which included United Reich? Guys, someone found the same the same file in fucking figure out which website it is. It's like where you buy graphics and stuff. It says it's a pre-made graphic. Trump's campaign didn't actually put that there. And you look like a sentence above it. It's like talking about Bosnia fighting Serbia or something. It's like, wait a minute, they didn't exist in 1940. They were in Yugoslavia. Let's see here. Trump has pushed how he'll bring back peace. Yeah, that's what he had to say. And Rick Grenell screwed it up so badly that apparently didn't go too good. Hold on, wait. I want to read what this actually says. According to a source at the meeting, frankly, the guy, I don't want to say bad stuff, is clueless on the Middle East. Talk about Rick Grenell. American Nerd for 2. Kash Patel would have been a stronger surrogate. Anyone would have. You don't send someone like Grenell to a meeting with these people, and he has no clue what the hell is going on. The only positive I can think of this is, I don't see him being the, what position was he trying to get? The, was it Secretary of State?
It was Secretary. He was trying to get Secretary of State.
This might have, thrown out the window. Because how do you screw up that badly? Where you say, yeah,
I mean, good.
Yeah, it's a good
thing. You can't trust this dude whatsoever.
Yeah. Grenell is part of the Serbia-Kosovo talks. I think that's why he was sent. I don't agree, but I think that's the logic. Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything. Just because you know about what's happening in, Serbia, doesn't mean you don't squat about the Middle East. You could have sent anyone there. Just Trump. Have him meet. Just say Trump is going to show up just a day later. I don't get it.
But you know what does get it?
What?
Riz gets it in Ohio, unlike Joe Biden, who's been knocked off the ballot there.
Hold on, Grenell's not Jewish. Okay, I thought he was. Is he Christian? I don't know. I swore he was Jewish. But
come on, my transition was really good there.
No, Chat was saying he's not Jewish.
Okay, well, I don't care what Chat thinks.
Gosh. No, I thought he was Jewish. That's what I thought. I did not mean to offend anyone if I said that.
Are you anti-Semitic?
No. I'm sorry. Anyways, okay. So yeah, we gotta talk
But
about
yeah, back to things that also don't get it. Biden on the ballot.
yeah. So apparently, Biden has been kicked off the ballot in Ohio. For now. Let me find this here. I think it was from Frank LaRose, right? Yeah, I think it was Frank LaRose that said it. Okay, right here. Yep, from Frank LaRose, Secretary of State of Ohio. I hate that meme, by the way. The Riz in Ohio. I never get that meme. Like, what does that even mean? Like, what? Okay, so this is the official statement by Frank LaRose. I'd like to inform you that my office still has not received communication on behalf of the Ohio Democratic Party or the Democratic National Committee that clarifies the party's intent to comply with Ohio's ballot access deadline. As previously explained, the Ohio Revised Code requires the political party, blah, 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 selects their candidate by, I think it's August 7th, yeah. The conflict between the August 7th, 2024 deadline and the date of your party's nominated convention is well established. In my correspondence to you on dated April 5th, 2024, I offer two possible remedies: a change of the date by which your party formally nominates a presidential candidate, or action by the Ohio General Assembly. Today, the Speaker of the Ohio House told members to the media there would not be a legislative solution, as there is just not the will to do that from the legislator. So yeah, Ohio Republicans are so incompetent that we actually got a win out of this. And that's what happened here. Apparently the Speaker's so worthless, I guess he's like bought off by Democrats. He tried to make a deal with both sides and like fell through. That's apparently what happened here. So as of now, Biden will not be on the ballot in Ohio. You know, he was never going to win the state either way, but if he's truly kicked off the ballot, Brown's done. He's not going to win.
Oh yeah, no, safe are at the absolute least.
You know, at this point in time, if he's not on the ballot, Brown's probably done. Because, again, yeah, Democrats are still going to vote, but a lot of them just vote because the presidential race. If Biden's off the ballot, well, they may vote still, but not enough of them. And who knows, maybe something crazy happens where, like, Captor goes down because of low turnout. It's possible. There's a good possibility that Democrats lose like 2 House seats, lose the Senate seat just because they refuse to move the deadline. I just can't believe that they banked on this bipartisan speaker and the Republicans are so incompetent it backfired on Democrats. I love the Republican Party, by the way. They're so incompetent. They don't know what the hell they're doing. They're so bad at their jobs that they indirectly caused Biden to be kicked off the ballot in Ohio. Can you name a party that's so dumb they do this?
The Riz Party of Ohio.
Gosh. Let's see here. Let me be clear that this is not action I wish to take, as I believe it to be in the best interest of Ohio voters to have a choice. Yeah, Frank LaRose basically saying, yeah, get on the ballot, you morons. This is it for you. Moreno will win by 30 if Biden's off the ballot. I wouldn't say 30. You're still going against Brown. A bunch of Democrats are going to vote. But even if 100,000 Democrats just don't vote, there's no way Brown wins that situation. Because at the most, he's winning by a couple thousand votes. Best case scenario. If you have 100,000 less Democrats voting, you're cooked. I hope Landman also loses. True. Rap, it's not incompetence. It's 4D chess move. No, the Republican Party of Ohio is so bad at their job. They have no clue what the hell they're doing. And even when Democrats basically, like, force them to do something, they screw that up. DNC News Strat, purposely break election laws to get Biden removed from Montana, Ohio. No, that's dumb. Why would you try to remove your guy off the ballot on purpose? That's just going to kill your turnout. A bunch of people are not going to vote because there's no reason to vote. Biden's on the ballot. This is a safe red state. Who cares? Moreno, Chahee, and Brown win because of Trump, and probably Lake and Hovde Raj. I wouldn't go that far. I don't think Lake wins. She has a month to turn around. What?
Winning at this point.
Huh?
I don't see Lake winning at this point.
Yeah, okay. We lost connection for a second. We're back. There we go. Sorry about that, folks.
Yeah, no. My internet's been spotty as well,
Yeah.
so. That was my end. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. Okay. We're good. All right. We didn't lose anyone. Thank God. Okay. We're back. Surely. Yep, we are. We just dropped frame
We
for a
didn't
second.
lose anyone, unlike Palestinians in Gaza.
Okay. That's joke too far. That's too far. I'm gonna have to delete that from the stream. Gosh. Okay. Rap. Which state GOP is worse, Minnesota or Michigan? I'm gonna say Minnesota. Minnesota's just bad. Is there anything good about the Minnesota GOP? Seriously.
No.
Do they have a single good representative? Like a legitimately
No.
good
I'll
one.
be right back. Hold on.
Okay, well we lost a real hero in Tyrone. Els. Let's see here. She isn't even the nominee yet. The Lake Hater's so delusional because of one poll. It's every poll she's losing by like 3, 4, 5 points. Every single one of them. She ran in 2022. Everyone knows who Lake is. That excuse that, well, you know, it's low name ID, that works for Hovde. He hasn't ran for a race in 12 years. Not for Lake. Everyone knows who Carrie Lake is. Hell, everyone thought she was going to be the VP just a couple months ago. That's why I'm saying it's not true to say, well, it's early. Yeah, I guess it is early. Yes, fine. But to claim that, oh, it's actually going to magically change by then, I doubt it. Rap, I don't understand why you don't like Carson for VP. What? I support Carson for VP. I think Carson would be a good VP selection. I just think Zeldin would be better. Plug is a better Minnesota governor's race than Pennsylvania and Michigan. Well, because Walz was a weaker candidate compared to Shapiro. Like, he's a strong recruit, yeah, but Walz is not the same candidate as Whitmer or Shapiro. Plus, the governor race are completely separate. You know, you can't compare a Minnesota governor race to the Michigan one. Lake is going up against a far leftist. She should be able to take it, but she is probably well hated in McCain-Conland. Yeah, that's a big problem. She's trying to repair her image. It's not working. He said it was too old. I said it was too old to run for president. I never said he was too old to run for the VP selection. But yeah, I have nothing against Carson. I think he would be a decent option if you had to pick him. But I think there are better options out there. But we just got to see what happens. It is early. I can see Lake underperforming Trump by 5 to 10 points, in my opinion. I think 5. Yeah, I agree with 5. I agree with 5. The problem with Arizona is just too blue right now. I disagree with it. It is becoming more Democrat, but Trump's doing just fine. He's doing just fine at the top of the ticket. How is Trump going to win Arizona but not Lake when they're so similar? Because Lake's running a bad campaign. As of recently, she's been running a terrible campaign. Trying to pander to Democrats, not working. All right. So should we talk about the New York stuff finally? Because this is, I think, what everyone's here for. Let me pull this up. So, there was a brand new poll from the far-right pollster in Siena. AKA, not a far-right pollster. Siena Research shows Trump's within 10 points in New York. Within 10. Remember, Siena Research overstated Democrats in 2020, but they were perfect with Lee Zeldin. They got his margin to I think it was within 0.1%. This is a pollster that's been polling New York actively, and right now, they have Biden winning by only 9 points.
Biden used to get it in New York.
Now, to be clear, it is early.
Like Obama?
Like, gosh.
I'm back, by the way. That wasn't obvious.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Wow, I didn't know that you were getting me named for the first time.
But either way, New York, you have a state that voted for what? Biden by like, what was it, 20 points? Yeah, let me pull this up here. Biden won the state of New York. Geez, 23 points actually, I forgot. He won it by 23. This poll, again, it's as of May. It can change, I guess. I understand that. They have Trump losing by only 9. That's a 15-point shift from 2020.
I mean, that's weird because, like, Trump's going to win by 9.
He's going to win by 9. How is he going to win by 9?
Trust the plan.
How? Yeah.
Trust
Trust the
the
plan.
plan.
70 chess. But yeah. So Siena Research, they've been pulling this since February. It went for Bynum plus 12, Bynum plus 10, Bynum plus 8. Now, it is within the margin of error. Fine. But here's what people gotta understand. It's a consistent trend. It's not, one pull it's Bynum plus 12, the next is Bynum plus 13, then it went down to Bynum plus 9. No. It's 3 straight months of him underperforming by double digits. That's not a fluke. That's a trend. On top of that, they have the electorate of New York D plus 27. It's nowhere near that. In fact, I can actually look this up. Back in 2020 exit polls. I'm curious, actually. In the state of New York, party affiliation was D plus 9. What makes the state so Democrat is the independents. They voted for Biden by like 17 points. Plus a bunch of Republicans did as well. So, they had to shift the electorate like 10 points. And they have Biden barely winning by 9. This is insane that Trump's doing this good in New York. But the question is, why? What is actually happening here? Everyone says it's the Zeldin impact. Well, we gotta explain the Zeldin effect, I should say. Why is this happening? Of all the states, New York is the one having the biggest shift to the right. Now, there are many theories for why, but Tyron, what do you think's happening here? Do you think this is a fluke? Do you think this is a scam? What is it?
I think part of it is definitely potentially overpolling. These same pollsters are the same guys who said that Zeldin was going to win in 2022, and we saw how big of a mess. Huh?
There wasn't anything like that.
Well, I mean, it's been like 2 years, so forgive me if I seem rough. But I think that because of how big of a miss polling was in New York in 2022, I don't think that Trump's going to win it outright. But I definitely do think with just because of how because of a mixture of it, how stable the numbers have been, how consistent the numbers have been, how they all fluctuate, how the electorate has seemingly been in line with trends from shifting with the right in 2022. I do think Trump getting it within 5 is a bit of a stretch, but Trump getting it within 10 is not
possible.
It's not unrealistic whatsoever.
So yeah, Siena College, their final poll in 2022 for the New York governorship, and again, this was like 3 weeks before the election, so this was before Zeldin really surged, but he was surging at this point, but not as much. They had it Hochul plus 12, Hochul plus 11, I should say. Either way, Zeldin lost by 7, so they even understated Zeldin by a couple points here. Now this same poll has Biden or Trump within 10. So technically, they're claiming Trump's doing better than Zeldin. If you apply the same miss and all that stuff. But even the same poll, they had Zeldin at 11 points behind. They have Trump behind by 9. Within the margin of error, fine, but it still shows that Trump is not having a fluky result. It appears, at least. We just gotta see. Let's see. Trump's going to have New York around within 15. I agree. I think New York was going to be within 15 at this point. I just don't see how you look at every single poll, every single data point, and think to yourself, yes, it's going to be like D plus 20 again. How? At this point in time, how can it be D plus 20? When we know for a fact Republicans up and down the ballot are doing way better in the state. It doesn't matter if it's New York City. It doesn't matter if it's upstate New York. It doesn't matter. Republicans are doing better everywhere in the state. So I think it will be within 15 for sure. Probably within 10 as of now. It could change.
I think that the only way it gets within 5 or Trump outright winning is if the economy manages to go if you've been following anyone of worth, they've been calling what the current economy the silent depression, because in certain ways it is just as or worse than the Great Depression. But obviously, living standards are more accommodated for because of technology and
Yeah,
such.
you don't have people
And
starving. You know.
yeah, you don't have people starving, but at the same time, we do live in something called the silent depression right now. We are in a situation worse than the Great Depression, generally speaking, especially with how bad the job market is. And I think that if the economy, give me a second to think. To how I'm thinking, how I'm going to word this. If the economy continues at the trend that it is, I don't think it would, especially with interest rates continuing to soar, food prices getting high, and especially if certain things happen at the Chicago Democratic Convention and we have a parallel to the 68 riots over Palestine, Israel. I do think that it might actually be entirely feasible. We do see a hard right shift in multiple states with large urban populations that simply just don't want to deal with that kind of lawlessness, like Illinois, Texas, California. I
Yeah.
think all of that would look really, really bad because Democrats care more about foreign policy on average than Republicans right now because of Ukraine and Israel. And if all that happens, I do think a lot of them would go, "Oh shit, Biden's not doing jack shit."
Yeah. I do agree
So
with that.
I do think I do think that as it stands, it'll probably be within 10-ish, but as things continue to move on and we continue to see the events unfold further, it's entirely reasonable we could see Trump get it within 5, if not outright win. And
I
I know that sounds very wish-casty, but I have prefaced it with saying basically everything needs to go wrong for
yeah.
Biden, and even then, I hold it to be a bit of a stretch.
I think what could really, I think, comes down to like what happens with the Fed, what they do, because inflation, like the CPI, is starting to go back up, and that's what people got to understand. Inflation did not go down. All it did was, oh yeah, instead of growing by 8%, it's growing by 4%. Well, they were hoping, okay, maybe we get it to like 1% each month and we're good. Well, it went up to 4% again, and they can't cut rates now. In fact, if it jumps again, they may have to jack up interest rates even more. But this is becoming such a problem where even if Trump wins, can he solve this mess?
The sad truth is, I don't think I don't. I think that no matter what happens,
It's gonna be a
we're
lot
boned.
worse. What?
I think that no matter what happens, we're boned.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a lot worse because you just look at the economy. This might be the worst economy we've had in years. Like you said, a silent Great Depression. Just everything is lining up towards for possibly the biggest crash ever. Not just one part of the economy. Is there one part of the economy that's good right now? Seriously, inflation is bad. Cost of living keeps going up. Everything. Wages are going down. The job market's trash. And yes, the stock market's going up, but you look at who's actually winning in the stock market, it's not the average person. Phantom Raider for 5. So breaking. Haley's actually going to vote for Trump. Doesn't mean much, but it's happened. Yeah, we talked about that earlier. It's pretty big, though. Pretty big that Trump's getting the endorsement of Carrie Lake. Or Nikki Haley, excuse me.
Trump is getting the endorsements of Carrie Lake.
Wow, I didn't know that. But no, this is a serious thing. It's like, if Trump wins, I just don't see the economy getting better instantly. I think it's going to be there's going to be a big crash, I think.
I don't think it'll be a big crash. Big
I think
crashes don't really happen in economically secure nations.
Well, no, when I
Like
say big,
just look at for example, look at what's been happening with China or Russia. They don't really have big crashes.
I guess.
And if you disagree with me, fuck you.
Well, no, like I still think China's economy is built on like duct tape, but
Well, yeah, it's intentionally, but I'm not gonna get into the.
yeah,
I'm not gonna get into the fucking
fine details.
I'm not gonna get into the fine details of the Chinese
The
economy.
point is, their economy's made of duct tape, and one wrong move, and they're screwed. But either way, that's a different story. But yeah, so I think with the American economy, it's still just one. I really think we're gonna see a crash. I don't think it's gonna be like, obviously not the Great Depression levels, but because
It'll be
obviously,
worse than Great Depression levels, but it won't feel like it's worse than the Great Depression because we have a much higher
standard of living.
standard of living, and we
Yes.
aren't going to have to worry about food insecurity. Because
Ah,
keep in mind,
well.
keep in mind a major reason why there was such harsh food insecurity with the Great Depression was because there was also the Dust Bowl
Yeah,
going
the Dust
on.
Bowl screw everything up.
The Dust Bowl fucked a lot of things. We're sure we're going to have a shortage of things like fertilizer that are going to increase the cost of food, but there will be food. It will just be more expensive.
Yes, people are gonna suffer, but it's not gonna be like, yeah. I would say 2008 is a better comparison. Yeah, 2008.
It's too thin from like the best way that I can put it is that the oncoming economic depression is going to be a mixture of 2008 with if not outright worse than 2008 in respect to its job market and its in like the housing market and such, but we're also going to have the stagflation of the 80s to a pretty heavy
Gee,
extent.
that's bad combination. That's not.
Oh, that's a terrible
Yeah, that's
combination,
not good.
absolutely.
You can't have.
But that is what's going to happen in my
Yeah, I
opinion.
want to mention that real quick. But first, Ride Guy 1218 for 5. I hope we can win, but there's a lot of partisan Dems that vote blue no matter what happens with the economy. Yeah, but they're starting to get a lot of Democrats getting furious with Biden. They're like, screw this guy. We're not going to vote for him. We're going to vote for Steiner or whatever. But yeah, so as for the economy, I think the biggest problem we have is like the real estate market's about to crash and burn. That's you talk about a bubble. The real estate market, you could argue, is worse than 2008 in some circumstances. Now, obviously,
Argue?
well,
I don't think it is, but it probably will at some point.
you could debate it. I think there's some aspects where it's worse, but with regulations, a little bit better. But still, it's not going to be the same thing what happened in 2008 with bad loans and stuff. But who knows? As for inflation is gonna be bad as the 80s, or I should say 70s, but it's not a good combination. The real estate market crashes and you have a bad inflation. That is not good. And the job market, that's garbage. People gotta
Oh
understand.
yeah, no, the job market's fucking terrible. Not just because people can't get employed, but also certain scummy practices. I want to remind people that part of the reason we have such terrible job security is because companies overwhelmingly, like especially labor companies, don't even like to hire directly. They like to hire out to contractors who don't have to give you as much benefits. And like for example, I've been trying to find a job recently because I haven't had a job since I enlisted. Because I'm an idiot who quit his job and thinking I'd be going to basic off the bat. There is a local store hiring near me that has been hiring for a while, and I thought maybe I'd try it out. But like, and this is actually, and like, this is something I've seen that's true for a lot of places that basically aren't local and can't afford to do this. Most places that are like, especially like entry or beginner tier jobs, they hire you for no more than 20 hours a week.
Yeah.
You don't get benefits, and they dictate your hours, and they just expect you to be able to get a drop. Like it's like the way that our job market is structured,
It's gonna fall
from the
apart.
gig economy to how we handle literally everything.
And people gotta understand also, like, I know I'm not gonna say is obviously, like, I'm not gonna say like who it is, but like he went to apply and they're like, yeah, we need help, we are running out of people.
We need help.
And he applies and they ask him to come in like 2 days later for questions. A week later, like, oh yeah, by the way, we don't actually need application. You're not hired. We don't need your help. It's an entry-level job. It's like, really? So you're asking for help, but you don't actually need it? That's the current job market in a nutshell. Plus what you're talking about where they won't hire you for more than like 20 hours.
Oh yeah.
Just how, and that's when you dig in the numbers, that's what's happening. It's part-time jobs. It's not high paying full-time.
All this job growth are either part-time or they overwhelmingly part-time jobs. So all the job growth we've had, a lot of it also has like, yes, technically our job market has recovered from COVID, But
That's
all
a
the
worse
jobs
job
that were there
market.
for Native American, or like for native-born United States citizens,
It's gone.
those are all going to immigrants.
Yeah. And people understand that, like, the new jobs, and that's what's important. Not like, oh, well, COVID happened, they recovered that. That's not even what's important. The new jobs they're creating, they're not manufacturing. They're not, what's another high-paying job? Top of my head, I can't think of one.
Manufacturer? What?
I mean, like a high-paying job, like a high-paying full-time job.
Statistician.
Yeah, yes, good lord, but stuff like that. That's not the job market we're seeing now. It's just part-time, low-paying, trash jobs that no one wants. They're like summertime jobs. You're gonna get for the summer, and that's it. Jacko Max for 2. Sad Homer Simpson got his 14th term in Idaho. Yeah, if Trump endorsed Simpson or Cleveland, I think we would have won that race. Let's see here.
My name is Cleveland Brown, and I am proud to be.
Yeah, but yeah, no, like seriously, like the high-paying jobs are not there. These are not good-paying jobs. That's why people are starting to panic. It's like, okay, you're working 12 hours a week, and that's it. That's the most you can get. American Nerd 1776 for 2. What other industries will crash soon? I think all of them will. I just think that the job market's so uneven. It's not stable. It's going to crash and burn. The entire sector. It doesn't matter what sector you're in. Well, maybe government jobs, but that's about it.
Government jobs are always going to be
Yeah.
stable as long as you're not a scumbag who does nothing.
And the funny thing is with government jobs, that's actually one of the biggest growths the past 4 years. It's government paying people to work, or quote unquote work. They don't do anything. They just sit there and collect a paycheck. Let's see here. Phantom Raider for 10. So what is being said here? Eva Trump gets elected again. The possibility of the economy becoming good and strong once more isn't going to happen under Trump's second administration, right? I think it's unlikely. I think it's going to get better, but it's not going to be as strong as it was in the first term. I think it's going to make it stable.
Which is something Democrats are going to harp on, by the way.
Yeah.
They're going to say, the economy's not as good as it was under Trump initially. And then it's like, well, first off, you're now admitting the economy was better under Trump, which completely fucking undermines your 2020 messaging with Biden and 2024.
Yeah.
We live with hypocrites in our midst.
And that's the thing.
And
like,
they have the same myths as us.
Even Trump wins. I hope he wins, because if Biden wins, the economy is just dead. At least with Trump, like, it's gonna be more stable, I should say. But with Biden, if he wins, we're screwed. Absolutely screwed for 4 years, or probably longer. But even if Trump wins, it's just a sad reality that the amount of damage done by Biden and his administration, it can't be undone in 4 years. You need like 8 years to do it. Let's see here. Yeah, no, all these jobs are part-time. You'll be lucky to scratch 20 hours if your manager likes you. The majority of these are cleaning/service jobs. Yeah. And they claim to hire. If they want to hire, nope, they don't actually hire people. And that's the craziest thing. They claim they need help. They want to hire people, but they don't.
Need help.
Help me.
Help
Seriously,
me.
it's like, I know a bunch of people are like that. It's like, yeah, we applied. They have like signs everywhere. Help needed. We need people. We have like 500 open positions. They just strike your application. They don't care. And I wonder why. Is it like a legal thing or what?
I don't know.
What's going on with Wisconsin and Michigan going down for Trump in the polls? I didn't really see any polling from those states. If the crash happened shortly after Trump's inauguration, who are people going to blame? Trump or Biden? Oh, Democrats can blame Trump. The day he's inaugurated, they're going to blame him. Oh, the economy sucks because of Orange Man. You can't really gauge a president's economy the first year. That's what dumbasses don't understand. So, Trump plans to make it energy independent in an attempt to lower costs. Yeah, but that's not going to do enough. That's going to take years to do that. Like, what was the pipeline they shut down? The big one? The Keystone, right?
Keystone XL?
Yeah, that's going to take forever to reopen. Because they fired everyone. That's not just oh yeah, tomorrow it's back to working 100%. No. It might start up in a year if there's no lawsuits involved. Which there will be. It's like, oh, we can't have this because of the environment. We need trucks driving 2,000 miles. I love it. Somehow driving trucks 3,000 miles to transport gas. That's fine for the environment, but oh, pipelines, so that's bad. Give me a break. Yeah, Keystone, thank you, Chad. But yeah, if anyone got more super chats and more questions, concerns, comments, begin sending them now. Last call for super chats, folks. All that matters is that Trump wins the second term. Yeah, I think he will. But don't expect the economy to be booming. Like, I think it's going to be where it was.
The era of the good economy is over. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, your interest rates are like you get like. I hate to be the guy, but
It's not.
this is going to be a permanent black pill. Global trade will break down. Foreign imported goods and products are going to be more expensive. Food is going to be more expensive. The supply chain is breaking down, and global and national interest rates are raising, and we are seeing financial institutions
Fall apart.
panic because they are falling apart, and we are seeing an increased digitization of everything. You are going to have to learn to cope in a world where shit's going to be more expensive. You're going to have to break your back. Honest to God, I would recommend join your like if you're willing to deal with military bullshit, join your state's National Guard in some capacity. If not, get involved with a volunteer group or fraternity group. Go to church, build church. Like,
Yeah.
you are going to need community, and you are going to need contacts and a network
Yeah,
when it all gets
that's a
worse.
sad reality because, like, it's going to
This
take
is what built. That's what
decades.
built this country, for the record.
Yeah, the sad reality is you're going to need, like, I would say 2 decades to recover from this. That's a sad reality of it. You had the best economy ever, and it was going to get better. If it wasn't for COVID, even when COVID was starting to, like, go away and they started to open back up, the economy was surging. We were this close to the greatest economy ever. And these dumbasses, somehow, they didn't have to do anything. They could have just sat back for 4 years and do nothing. And they would have gotten the credit for it. But they were like, oh no, Trump bad. We have to screw everything up on purpose. Rap, what could Trump do at least to keep the economy afloat for the time being? Well, obviously he has to deal with inflation. That's the number one concern. If you can't get that under control, you're screwed. And you got to worry about the interest rates, which is now, they're starting to panic now because they always thought, oh, high interest rates equals low inflation. Well, that's not working right now. I would be surprised too if we start seeing depressed men getting, oh gosh, robot wives.
I'm not getting a robot wife. I'd rather live lifelong celibacy than substitute the shortcomings of my flesh with artificially created.
How do you deal with inflation? Well, the reality is you have to basically, like, rework the entire
print more money.
Yeah, print more money. The biggest thing is, I would say it's energy. That's a big thing, but that's part of it. It's not the entire thing, but if you get energy costs lower, it's going to stabilize it. That's what the dumbasses in the Biden administration don't want to admit. If they would just open up the damn pipelines, they wouldn't have this problem. At least not as big of a problem. But anyways, folks, I think I'll end the stream here. If you guys did enjoy the stream, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Godspeed.